What's up, everybody? Aiden, what's going on? Mork, how you doing? Music reminds you of Jet Set Radio. Fair enough. So what's up, everybody? How was everybody's weekend? It's time to get the insanity going once more. The tavern's not done, John. I don't see how there could not be a secret room, but it's not here yet. The tavern still is pretty vanilla for the beta. We don't have a bunch of the shinies. What's going on there, Lit? White, how you doing? Anyway, so gonna do a little public insane survival here. Anybody that wants to play, feel free to hop on in. You got a really good rock? That's awesome. I still haven't gotten a spectacular one yet. I've gotten several good ones that are usable, but nothing that's like, wow, would you look at this? There's one posted on the forums that's ridiculous. It's like 200 and something of several stats. It's like, Jesus, man. I would love to see something like that. Anyway, so going to do it a little different here. I'm going to let you all pick the map and the characters. So, what map do you all want to do on Insane Survival? And what characters do you want me to use to build it? Ah, there's nothing wrong with that, Mark. I'll show you my best one. This is my best overall one with all 4 stats. And then this is my best one with only 3 stats. So just having power, range, and defense rate. I mean, the stats are all better, but not having, not having defense health on it, which was fine for an apprentice builder. Well, I mean, we got to do maps that are available there, John. Can only do the 4 maps that are available. I've gotten a ton of blank ones too. Yeah, DPS. My highest stat ones that I've seen have actually been DPS ones, sadly. So nobody's going to pick a map, huh? Or heroes. I mean, I can do what I want, and I'm fine with that, but I figured there'd be something y'all would want to see. Do I think DDA has worse graphics than DD2? Absolutely not. DD2 doesn't have this level of bloom and saturation and depth of color. It's not even... I mean, it's Unreal 3 versus Unreal 4. It's no comparison. I do like the character models in DD2 more than DDA, but that's not the... That's not... I'm not going to lump the character models into graphics. Jordan says the Huntress. I think I got a Huntress here. Yep. She all squared away. Yeah, she looks close enough. Alright, so let's do... Well, I mean, these are our choices. You guys want to do a rock run? I haven't done a rock run in a few days. Yeah, I mean, not liking the character models is something, but that's not the graphics. That's you not liking the character models, so make sure you judge it fairly. By all means, judge it. If you don't like it, then don't like it. But make sure you judge it fairly and say just because you don't like the character models that the graphics aren't as good, because that's just not a fair comparison. It's a very stripped down beta, John, so none of that is added in yet. If you do exclamation beta in chat, it'll take you to Chromatic's official announcement that says what is added in and what is not. But there's quite a bit that's not here. Yeah, I mean, as far as the maps and the worlds go, there is zero comparison between this and DD2. This is just way, way better. I mean, I'm pretty much going to agree with anybody that complains about the character models, though. Because I like the DD2 character models better, too. So, you know, what can you do? Right, where am I going to put it at? Let's go back here. So we'll use what? We'll go heavy traps, but then I am going to throw some auras in the mix too, and we do have the flyers as well, which traps are not going to work against the flyers. I normally don't bring this one back this far, but I think for traps it's better to get all the enemies funneled into their little grouping. Sorry, John, you said deeper well after I was already in. I mean, I'm excited to see what the game has to offer. You know, as far as how the game looks, though, I think the game looks amazing. I mean, it's just gorgeous, you know. I think the rock pet, although so iconic, I think it was... I question whether or not it was good for the beta. Because the slow motion makes the... You know, a lot of people are really dialed in on the character models. And the slow motion makes the character models look even worse. Will DDA have an auction? I can't see there being an auction system. I think there will be trading in that's similar to DD1's trading. I mean, an auction house type thing would be cool as hell, but I don't think that's on their agenda. I mean, I played WoW for too many years to not love an auction house, you know. Alright, let's get that down. And then we'll get this down, and then we'll go all... Well, I need to get something in for the flyers. So we'll go all traps past that. But let's get the flyers dealt with. We'll just go 2 flame bursts over here for those. That should handle them. And then we'll go all traps for the remainder of the DU. Let's see. We're definitely going to want an ethereal spike at the wall. Explosives can come much further out, though. Why don't we go... Actually, why don't we do this? We'll go explosive. Then we'll go ensnare. And then we'll go inferno. And that uses everything but a darkness trap, which we don't need the darkness trap because of the strength drain. Then the darkness trap is not quite acting as well as it should. Let's see. So we had explosive. Oop. Did I put ensnare there? That's alright. I'll just put the explosive right here. Explosive and then inferno. We actually got a bunch of DU left. I'm tempted to throw another inferno up front just because I kind of want to see how they work out in the open. The inferno traps seem like they're not hitting as hard as they should be. trade functions are very poor in DD2. In DD2, the problem is it being a free-to-play game. Being a free-to-play game, it adds so many limitations to the game because they can't do anything that's going to affect the monetization of the game, or they go broke. You know? So that's one of the challenges on the design side of DD2. I'm going to turn numbers back on. I think I've got them turned off right now. No, I've got them on. I want to see what this Inferno is actually doing. See what kind of damage it's actually doing. I mean, I don't know. They have confirmed that there will be trading. No, it's not free to play, which is good. It will take all of those free to play limitations away, and it will keep us from being lambasted with microtransactions. They said no microtransactions. They've said it a dozen times. So, I mean, I'm very confident there's not going to be any microtransactions, and I, for one, absolutely cannot stand microtransactions. So, I am 100% on board with that. Let's see what that does at Tier 1. Let's see what this bad boy will do here. It didn't reset. Weird. The Inferno is not resetting. Did that other one reset? Looks like this one reset. Oh, it shows a constantly being repaired thing for you? Yeah, it wasn't free for me either. I paid a ton. Everybody that came in right at the beginning paid a ton. I'm gonna have to sell it. I'll sell it after this wave and replace it. See, it got stuck in a repair animation or something. Let's see. Let's sell it and then replace it. I just want to see how much damage they're doing at Tier 1, to be honest. Let me throw one up here, too. Just throw them around. I don't care if these live or die. Sorry, Infernos. You were there for testing purposes only. Alright, so I don't have the monk out, so they're not getting any damage boost. $727. Okay, so that's not awful. It's not great, but it's not awful. It's about half of what my auras are doing, but my auras also have way, way more defense power on them. That, and I'm active on the monk. You know what? I guess to get a fair look, I need to not be active on the monk, right? See, yeah, that one never reset over there. None of them are resetting, it looks like. Well, that's a bummer. So it looks like Inferno traps are a bust for the beta anyway. Not resetting is not a good thing. Alright, reset. No, that's him over there shooting. No, none of them are resetting though. You can see the labels all the way down the line. They're all in Pooville. Well, it's just a different defense. I just wanted to compare the two. Now, my electric aura is all juiced up. It's got a bunch of defense power and everything on it. Where my traps are not near as good, but, I mean, not resetting is just not, you know, it's broken. It's beta broken. So we can't really get a fair look at those. And get rid of that front one, too. And put something else that's actually going to do something. Should get some harpoons down, huh? Maybe we'll get some harpoons going. Let's see. Do I have harpoons set up at all? Yeah, I'm set up to be a waller. That's alright. They'll still do a little something something, even though they're waller harpoons. Actually, I could have used harpoons for the flyers as well. There we go. I'll get a DPS hero out here next wave when I'm not slow motion running around the map. What's up, Nictus? My Squire is actually a lobby. The Squire is really good, man. It's really good. It is, and my Squire is actually a lobby, and it's really good. So it just makes me wonder, get some points into him. That's what I should do, is hop on the Squire. It'll make Nictus happy at a minimum. Yeah, but it's definitely super, super good. The max is level 100 wood bucket. I don't think any... I mean, somebody might end up hitting it in the beta, but just like DD1, when you hit level 70, there's a big... It's like a soft cap, you know? There's a big wall that you run into with XP. And the levels are way, way slower after level 70. So, like, right now, I mean, I can grind it all day long and not get a level. You know? My hero boost is really low on this one, but it's my builder. We don't have too much to be alarmed with until we get, in fact, I don't even think these traps will get much action until we get to, like, at least wave 15. Alright, let's get some deeps in here. See, I want to keep that Squire leveling. I kind of want to keep the Huntress leveling too, but let's grab this DPS Squire here. They haven't done that in so long, Nictus. I don't think it's no longer a thing, as of even right now. I mean, to be honest, you know, and no offense to anybody there, but to be honest, that has not really been consistent ever since Isom left years ago. So, I'm just assuming that it's not really going to be a thing. Lalta was able to do it for several months in a row at one point, but it hasn't been super consistent. I mean, I think we'll still get streams on Fridays periodically, but I don't think it's anything that we can count on anymore. Look at that, 43,000. Did you see my spin move there? Nictus, did you see it? 43K? Let me tell you. That is what it's all about right there. The Squire is just a beastie boy. And he's tanky as a mofo too. Well, I mean, they're 3 different games. There's lots of differences. There's lots of similarities and there's lots of differences. I mean, I'm not really sure what you're looking for. But... oh yeah, just chunking them down. Almost, well, what's that? Almost 3,700 per swing. 67, or that was because I was boosted. I was gonna say, holy shit, what's this 67? Yeah, it's just really good. You know, I mean, watch when I'm boosted. Oh, I didn't get the boost didn't affect it. Yeah, I'm still boosted because I see the 6742. But that's unfortunate. That would be broken. In a good way. If the Squire could be boosted. Well, I mean, it's from the same franchise there, Aiden. So yeah, they're similar games. Same genre, same franchise. You wouldn't expect it to be completely different, would you? Nah, 43K should be without, I think. Let me see. Or yeah, I guess you're right. I was only 19K there. So that must have been with the boost. 43 with the boost. Part of it too is I don't know what to put my points into, so I've got them split right there. Like instinctively I wanted to put them into hero damage. But I think it may actually be better to put them into boost. I'm not sure. I mean, as far as just the regular hack and slash damage, of course the hero damage number is where it's at. But I mean, 6,700 per swing in insane mode with no upgrades, that's getting boosted, of course, but that's crazy good. Well, I'm a little biased there, to be honest, Skittle. I'm a Monk fanboy through and through. From all the games. So I'm definitely a little biased there. I think that the strongest is probably the Apprentice. And I think the second strongest is probably the Squire. The Monk is definitely a support hero in both of these games. But I like the tower boost gameplay. You know, I'm more than happy. I love the tower defense aspect of Dungeon Defenders games. That's what makes me play it. So, like, I mean, I get out there and go all crazy on my Nuke Monk and DD2. But the way I prefer to play is to set my defenses up to do all the killing. And then I can stay back and boost the defenses. Love that playstyle. In DD2, it's more hero-oriented. You know? Yeah, in beta, I hate to be the one to break the news to you, Nictus, but in beta, the Apprentice is just a beast. Yeah, many would say that's where they made their mistake, though, Aiden. That's the part you're not realizing. I mean, most people on this channel that come to watch my videos are all big fans of DD2, so you get a very biased look at it. But as far as the majority of Dungeon Defenders players, most of them did not like DD2. More people dislike DD2 than like DD2. It's just we're a very biased group here because we all love it. You know, so you have to just take that into consideration. DD2 and DD1 had the same number of downloads on Steam, and DD2 was free. So, I mean, that alone just tells you that DD1 was just... it was a more popular game, you know? I mean, I love DD2 to death. to be honest with you, I think the perfect game would have been Dungeon Defenders 1 with DD2 graphics. I think that would have been the perfect game. But then people would have been mad because it was a DD1 remake. But I do think that that would have been an absolutely ridiculously good game. The Summoner and Abyss Lord are your favorite? Nice. The EV2 is definitely a very close second for me. I mean, I'm a big fan of the EV and the Monk in both games. Oh, there's nothing wrong with that. Ewan, I'm going to be playing some DD1 again really soon. In fact, I've got a lot of stuff with that big CDT update I still have yet to finish. I got a crappy spear, man. I need to get going on that Tomb of Etheria and get me a good spear for my monk. It's because DD2 players don't have the option to, Aiden. If they had the option to, there would be people doing it. That's just games. That's a really poor way to judge them, because that's just all games. If people can cheat in games, there are going to be people that do cheat in games. That's just life. You know? So, I mean, that's just going to be a thing. In DD2, those options are removed, being server side. A little hitched up there for a second. Oh, nice, Ewan. That's awesome. No, it's not less chance. There's zero less chance. I mean, how are you even saying that? If you could cheat in DD2, there would be people cheating right now. Right now. In fact, there is people that is doing exploits right now. It's not less of a chance. It's a 100% will happen in every single game. If people can cheat, people will cheat. Yeah, but the second you connected to the server, all that would get refreshed. So you could change all the stuff you want, Skittle, but the save file that everything is affected with is not on your machine. It's on the cloud. So, I mean, sure, people can always find a way if they want to, but it's not so easy. Oh, I hear you, Aiden. It's not fun for me either. I always played on ranked DD1 servers on PC, so that's not really an issue for me. But I don't like cheating in games either. You know, I mean, I just don't see the point in playing it if you're going to cheat. Now, am I going to say I didn't cheat? I mean, I still remember the original cheat codes for Doom from way back in the day when I was a kid. So, yeah, I've cheated before. No, DDA is not server-sided, Nictus. He was just saying that DD1 had people cheating and DD2 doesn't, and that's what makes DD2 better. Which, that's just not even remotely a fair statement. But yeah, I mean, I have without a doubt used cheat codes in games before. I ain't gonna try to lie. But as far as the current day and age, I don't, you know. I can't even say that. I mean, in those 7 Days to Die playthroughs, I cheat in a mining helmet with a light every single time. So, I mean, yeah, I'm still a cheater. I'm a cheater. But there's a reason for it. You know, I'm not doing it to make my gameplay experience better. I'm doing it so that you can see at night better when I'm streaming it. So, that's very situational cheating. I don't know if that counts or not. But, I mean, anytime I do a 7 Days to Die playthrough right now, I remarkably show up with a mining helmet with a flashlight on it. Was already like 60 at Dune times. Oof, man. That's harsh. Harsh, Nictus, harsh. I wonder if the rest of the traps are resetting fine. I don't want to upgrade that Inferno, because I think something's wonky with it. Well, that's because the people, for the most part, the people that are still playing DD1 have a lot of love for the game. I mean, a lot of players that play DD1 right now have been playing it straight the whole time. You know, there's like an insane amount of hours into the game. So, I mean, that's the current community's system of keeping it clean. You know, I mean, I've got a whole crap load of trace files sitting. Or trace images sitting. So, I mean, I'm not... it's a pain in the butt, but at the same time, it's one of those necessary inconveniences. You know? But, I mean, when I do giveaways, I have to tell people to make sure to keep... to do screenshots for trace files showing that they got the item from me. I mean, we're just going to have to give Chromatic a chance here on this. They say that they're putting systems in place. Now, on that note, it is a client-side saved game that has cloud saves that overwrite. So it's going to be easier for people to find ways to cheat in DDA than it is in DD2, you would think. From my my uneducated guess would be that, just because there's a client-side save file. But, I mean, like I said, they have said already they recognize that that was a problem in DD1, and they want to do everything they can to make it not a problem in DDA, so... It's not now, it just depends. I mean, if you played on console, I agree, your experience got ruined in DD1. If you play on PC, I mean, I never see that stuff. I never see modded gear. But I don't play open mode. All I play is ranked. But everybody I play with, I mean, I'm not saying it's not there. I'm not delusional. But I don't see it. Every single person I play with, anytime I go into a random person's shop, you know, that's somebody that I don't play with, I never ever see hacked gear on ranked files or on the ranked servers in DD1. But I've also played on the ranked servers from the beginning, so I mean, I personally never really had that. I just never saw it, you know. But at the same note, like when I'm playing in DD1, I'm usually either playing with friends or I'm playing by myself. So, you know, I don't have friends that cheat. And then if I'm playing by myself, of course I'm not. Yeah, Ice is not afraid to swing the banhammer. I mean, they put that weapon in. I don't know if you said you restarted. I'm not sure if you made it that far yet, but you can actually get Ice's banhammer in a game. Well, Rainmakers are pretty abundant too now, Nictus. I mean, I don't know anyone that doesn't have a Rainmaker that plays DD1, to be honest. It was an early event item. So, like, anytime there was any giveaways or anything going on that duplicate event items were used, the Rainmaker is one. I mean, it's an awesome item, you know. Oh, you saw one person? Well, I mean, that's obviously duping. But, you know, do you just randomly join random public matches constantly? I mean, I personally don't do that. And that's probably why I never see that stuff, but I mean, anyone stupid enough to show it off is just going to get the ban hammer now, big time. Oh, event items are still pretty spendy. I'm going to be having another giveaway for some here soon. I'm not sure when. I don't have the items yet, or even know what items I'm going to be able to give away. I still have to get with one of the event hosts and get some items. You know, Mama is using, what's that software people use for controllers? I don't use a controller very often, so I'm not super familiar with it. Is it Xpatter? I think it's Xpatter. Mama said that the Xpatter profile from DD2 works with it flawlessly. So if you've ever looked at an Xpatter profile for DD2, supposedly that works like perfectly for a controller. But yeah, it is unfortunate that you can't just plug a controller in and go, though. It would have been nice. I mean, that's another thing that they discussed up front. Man, where are you going? But I do know that Mama plays exclusively with a controller. And he found a way to make it all happen. Alright, take it easy there, Aiden. Have a good one. I'm gonna turn the numbers back off now, that way it stops. Takes a little bit of the load off here. Oof, wrecked. Beta keys are all out, Liston. Anytime I do a giveaway on the YouTube channel here, the winners are always announced in that exact same place. So you can go to any giveaway on YouTube and the winners will always be pinned at the top as a top comment on that exact same video where the giveaway was. But yeah, they're all gone, man. I haven't, I think everybody has used theirs, because I haven't had anyone really mentioning it to me anymore. But I mean, the beta's only got what, it ends on the 13th, right? Today's the 3rd, so there's 10 days left. I thought it said the 13th. Somebody, you can do exclamation beta in chat, and it'll give you a link to that article that Chromatic put up. I could have swore it said the 13th. Did we lose something? Or did I not use... Or I didn't use all the DU. These harpoons aren't getting a ton of action. Everything's dying before it gets there. That'll change. We get a few more waves. Nah, this is it. Nictus, only one beta. They actually specifically said that when the beta's over, the next time that we play DDA will be after it launches. What's going on there, Panic? How you doing? Maybe get a good rock today. I'll be honest, I've given up on rocks. I've got decent rocks now, but I never got one of those remarkable rocks. Never got a really good one. Oh, I forgot to put my decoy wall up here. I can just throw one of these here, since we got the DU for it. Oh no, place! Oh, it didn't get placed. It does say 13th. Nice. What's going on, Kane? How you doing? Try this again. I think the overhead mode might be a little bit better for getting it out there without getting wrecked. And put a decoy wall up front there. It takes some of the aggro. Which is nice. Big old gap here. You're working now? Well, hopefully you have a good day at work. Get wrecked! Squire is just a beast. I hate to say that admittingly in front of Nictus after all the years I've given him a hard time. But the Squire is definitely pretty good. I haven't played it lately, Thaden. I saw that they've had a bunch of updates going on. You know what else caught my eye today? That I was not expecting. I didn't even know it was happening. Is that, you know, that survival game Raft has the first chapter of their story mode apparently is in the game now. I'll be honest with you, Astroneer took a little bit of a left turn for me with that whole get to the center of each planet space station thing. I mean, I went through this stuff, but I didn't find it as enjoyable as the base exploration available in the game. It seems like the Huntress could be possibly the best single target DPS, but the Apprentice just has such a mean boom, you know? Nah, that won't come to the beta. Even we're not going to get anything new in the beta. They've told us what's going to be here. This is what we've got. It only goes for another 10 days and then it's done. So I mean, I certainly wouldn't complain if we did get additions into the beta. I would love to see some more. Whether it be more maps or a nightmare difficulty or whatever, I would absolutely love it. But it's not realistic to expect anything more. I mean, they've told us what's here and what's not going to be here. They were very clear about that up front. What's going on, Tim? How you doing? They haven't said anything about specifics, Nictus, but I mean, I think those will come in DLC, maybe. Oh, there won't be a paid currency, Ewan. It's not a free-to-play game. I was misunderstanding what you were saying. There will be, like, a gold currency or whatever. And it won't be like DD1 where it was mana. But there won't be a paid currency. 100% will not be one. 0 microtransactions. It's a retail product. So you buy it, you own it. You don't have to spend any more until a DLC comes out, and then if you want the DLC, then you'll have to buy that. I think that's one of the best things about it. Oh yeah, I agree. I mean, you guys would laugh at me if you knew how much money I spent on DD2. I mean, now granted, there was a lot of giveaway stuff that I sponsored myself, but it's a large number. I don't even know what the number is, but I know what it's over, and it's over an amount that makes me very uncomfortable. DD2 was very, very expensive for me. But, you know, I spent more than the average person would too because of giveaways and all that stuff. I don't even feel comfortable sharing it there, Liston, but pick the number that you think it could be and probably add a 0 would be my guess. Too damn much is how much. I've never spent that much on any video game before in my life. Oh wow, yeah, I know a guy that's got like $15,000 in the League of Legends. And I ask him all the time, it's like, dude, how on earth have you spent $15,000 on League of Legends, you know? But, you know, people do it. What's going on there, Spirit Bird? How you doing? Getting a lot of little hitches today. People have been talking about it being the game being crashier since that last update that put the level 25 pets in. Now we got some mobs making it to the wall. Not many. And that spike trap is just wrecking them when they get there. I'm doing good. Playing some Dungeon Defenders Awakened, man. I couldn't ask for anything more right now, other than more Dungeon Defenders Awakened. The beta's 10 more days, Tim. It ends on the 13th. The beta is only on PC. The game will launch on PC, Switch, PlayStation, and Xbox One. Yep, there's still a little time. There is indeed. That momentum control, the Randy's quest and the mountaintop quest is just, momentum control is so perfect for that. I need to get off my butt and get my mountaintop, which I still haven't done. There's been too much other stuff, and then now the season 19 of Diablo is here, and I've been having a lot of fun playing it. I haven't made it in very far yet. I'm at the highest I've done so far is Greater Rift 90. And pretty sure I'll be able to get up to the GR 125, 130-ish range without tryharding it too much. Prime 6, Map 1. Which one is Map 1 and Prime 6, Luis? I don't remember exactly where they all fell. Or that was Dawn of the Blood Moon, right? I did a tutorial video on Dawn of the Blood Moon. What is it that's killing you? The boss? Or is it getting to the boss? Ah, I didn't let him come out far enough. What are you playing, Tim? I've been playing a barb. After all the time hoping for a better Whirlwind Barb build. Now that we have one, I can't get enough of it. Well, PoE's got a lot more depth. I like that casual aspect of Diablo 3 more than PoE, to be honest with you. PoE, I would appreciate way, way more if it had an adventure mode like Diablo 3 has. And I know people are like, what are you talking about? It only takes 4 or 5 hours. I know it only takes 4 or 5 hours, but there's nothing worse to me than having to grind back through that dredgingly boring story again. And that is my number one problem with Path of Exile, so I've never given it a fair chance. That story grind to me is just absolutely miserable. It's not an experience I ever want to do again. So, I mean, unless they add in some sort of adventure mode like Diablo has, then I'll probably stay away from PoE, to be honest. Now, I mean, part of that reason is I've only done it once. The people that have done it a million times, of course, they're just flying right through it like it's nothing. But I've only gone through it once. I didn't enjoy it, so I never went back. Every season, I pop back in and look at or every league, I pop back in and look at all the info they give. And this time, this last one, they actually said that they were trying to make it so you could do what you wanted and didn't have to follow the story, but you still had to go through the story, you know? Diablo 4 will get a ton of play out of me for sure. I'm really looking forward to that one too. You lose, yeah, I mean, there's such a thing as too much depth. I mean, having depth in a game is a good thing. PoE goes past that point. It's got more depth than the game needs. And to like a brand new player, that's just overwhelming. And to somebody that just wants to play it casually, to be honest with you, it's not necessarily overwhelming, more irritating than anything. You know, Diablo 3 doesn't have near the depth, but that's also the reason why I only play it for a few weeks every season. But on the same note, in those few weeks every season, I have an absolute blast. I really, really love it. For 2 or 3 weeks. And then I don't play it again until the next season comes. You know? I get just the right amount, I think. I get my taste of ARPG, and then I get to go back to tower defense. I wanted to actually stream some, because I've got some work to do, you know, on the Barb. You can't just expect to be GR 100 instantly. I've got to put in a little bit of grind to get there. But another benefit I have that's speeding me along there is I've got a whole lot of friends that are playing Barbs right now. So if I play with them, and you know, they're putting in a lot more time than me, so they'll find ancient item that they don't need that I still desperately need. They just throw it on the ground, you know, so that helps out quite a bit. Yeah, they're trying to make it more similar to Diablo 2. I actually was planning on playing through Diablo 2 again when they do that remake, but the remake hasn't happened yet. Or I don't even think it's been announced yet, has it? Or was that just a rumor? Is that not even going to happen? You know, what's the deal with that? Diablo 2 remastered. See the deeper well and tear up? I tell you what's going to make me tear up. It won't be deeper well. It'll be Magus Quarters. And Magus Quarters is not in it. I'm so hoping it comes as one of the bonus maps. D2 Remastered isn't happening. Alright, so that was just all rumor then. DDA is scheduled to come out in February of 2020. There, Demon Child. Oh, they said all the assets are gone. They'd have to remake it entirely. That's fair. I wonder where that rumor came from then, because that was like highly expected to be announced at BlizzCon this year, and then it never happened. I wonder where all that started. Crystalline Dimension? Maybe down the road. This is, you know, you have to compare this to the base story. So Crystalline Dimension would come way later. Or not the base story, but the base game. Barbaria with Tavern Keeper skin. I'm hoping a bunch of the more notable costumes make it back. See, I feel for Chromatic right now because they're in that position. They want it to be different enough where that people will accept that it's a brand new game. But at the same note, you've got half of the player base saying, quit making it like DD1, and the other half of the player base saying, make it more like DD1. So, I mean, they're definitely in a tough spot to be as far as design choice. Diablo 4? Yeah, man, Diablo 4 is going to be great. You should definitely look at it. It's still, it could be as long as years out. A lot of people are saying it's not realistic for us to expect Diablo 4 before 2021. New Tavern Keeper skin equals unplayable. That's so funny. Oh, there's no problem with DDA. For me, I mean, I'm stoked about it. It's a new tower defense game in the Dungeon Defenders universe. I mean, to me, I couldn't ask for anything more. I don't know. I mean, whatever people want to see. They're rainbow pants. I mean, I'll do a lot of build strategy videos, and I'll do a lot of hero spotlight videos to give people ideas of like what their stats will do for them. But I mean, it's too soon to tell. I mean, I would love for DDA to turn into what DD2 was and end up making thousands of videos over the course of several years. But, you know, it depends on what people want to see and what's available in the game. I mean, we just don't even really know what's going to be there yet. Because that's what people do on the internet, Demon. I mean, that's just to be expected. I mean, when it launches, I'm going to be putting a massive grind in. So I'm going to do my best to try to get a edited video out every day after the game launches. But I'm also going to be doing some really heavy-duty 12, 14-hour live stream days every single day. I mean, I love this game. I'm going to put my all into it, you know. DD2's leaderboards are kind of a joke, but DD1's leaderboard system would be nice. The scoring system in DD2 is all broken. It's things don't make sense in it, you know. Oh, there's no doubt there, Spirit. There is no doubt at all. The grind will be on. Well, we get a pet. How much y'all want to bet it's got 0 stats on it? Let me just go ahead and just jinx myself and call it now. 0 stat pet incoming. Five stat pet. I don't know. I've been getting a bunch of 0 statters lately. I mean, I have the whole time. I've pitched, I've trashed at least 20, 25 0 stat pets. Let's see. Might as well be 0 stat. It's got all the stats on it, but that's just not. Actually, it doesn't have all the stats on it. It doesn't have defense health. So I mean that. At least it wasn't 0 stats, but it might as well have been 0 stats. I'm at that stage now. Yeah, Nightbot's got hundreds of commands there, Spirit. Exclamation commands. We'll get you a link to all of them. It's too many to even list, so it sends you a link to them. Yeah, Nightbot's awesome. I don't know. I hope they don't, Jordan. I don't think there should be a pet that drops with 0 stats, personally. But I don't know. I mean, I could see having 0 stat pets like in easy or even medium mode for that matter. But I don't think there should be a 0 stat pet in Insane. But, I mean, we'll see, you know. There's a lot of people that have complained about the 0 stat pets, so I would guess Chromatic would probably adjust that. But another one of those things, we're going to have to just wait and see. Define 0 stat pet. Oh, I think I've trashed all mine, but a pet with 0 stats on it. There's quite a few pets that are dropping in the beta with no stats at all. So with the exception of like the cat that gives you the damage buff, it just makes the pet cosmetic. It doesn't actually do anything. I'll look after the wave's over and see if I still have one. I think I trashed them all though. I probably have a giraffe or something with 0 stats still. Or a kitty cat. Go over into that aura. There you go. Do your little backwards walk over that way. Very nice. There's not, but there's a difference. There's a big difference in the feeling you get when you get it. You know? I mean, statistically, there's not a big difference between 0 and 20. But as far as feel-goods go, there's a big difference in feel-good level. That's for damn sure. Come on, kobolds. See what you got. Oof. They got a good bit, apparently. A lot of freezing up going on. I'm curious if that's like a... Curious is exactly what that is. Is that like a memory leak type thing, or... Very, very curious about that. Where at first I didn't have any of those issues in the beta. Squire's got some wonky cast animation stuff too. In his swinging. You can take advantage of some stop animation a little bit to get more swings. Well, don't send it to me, Thomas. Why would you send it to me? Send it to Chromatic, man. I don't have any idea how to stop crashes from happening. Oh, I don't know anything. I mean, if you turn off numbers and turn your graphics settings down, the game will run a little bit smoother. But is that gonna stop the game from crashing on you? I can't say that it would. You know, I don't know. The important thing is to, when you get that Unreal Crash report, hit that send report button. Because I do know for a fact that Chromatic is getting those. So it's not something that's just being generated and isn't actually making it to its source. So anytime you do get a crash and you get that Unreal Crash dialogue that pops up, make sure to hit that send, whatever the button says, send info or whatever. As the Chromie folks do indeed see it. It goes directly to ice, from what I understand. Yeah, every time I've had a crash, I've sent it to. Oh no, I think they need to reword that and change the name of it. Tower boost is skill and hero boost is boost on the monk. They just need to call it ability 1 and ability 2. I mean, it couldn't be easier if they did that, you know? Make it AB1 and AB2. Oh damn. That stinks, Thaden. You've had quite a few of them. I know you've had some struggles getting in. Oh, dude got knocked back all the way back over here. You couldn't finish through the campaign? Youch. Well, I mean, that's something they're going to have to get addressed, you know? Ho-ho-ho. Into the goo, into the goo. Oh crap, you know what? I never changed my profile on Discord to say I was live. Let's see. Huh. Discord picked it up. That's really weird. They used to never pick up YouTube feeds before. Oh, I don't think that day will ever come, Tim. If there's a ledge to fall off of, you know damn well I'm gonna fall off of it. That's just how it goes. Come on up a little closer, ogres. Come into these traps. Come on up here. There you go. Now you stop right there. Are these traps gonna... Or yeah, the traps are going off. It's like the animations of the labels aren't resetting or whatever, but they're definitely going off. Get wrecked. Ah, well, I do appreciate it, Noah. Thank you very much. You're hoping they add some new towers? Well, I mean, I think if they get new heroes... OMD 3 looks really good from what they've shown so far. I'm definitely excited to take a look at it. I don't think they're going to have a beta at all. I've been looking around to see if there was any way I could get a look at it. You know, like a beta look at OMD 3, and I haven't seen any word of a beta. Well, currently none of the bosses are in the game, Spirit Bird. There will be DD1 style bosses in the game. Where, like, we already know Alchemical Labs is the last map in Act 1. And we also know from DD1 that Alchemical Labs has the Demon Lord. So I'm assuming it's going to be the same flavor. We'll have actual real bosses. Ogres are just a higher, a more advanced mob that comes out. It's not a boss. It's not like DD2 where those are the bosses, you know? Sorry, I had a couple of messages on Discord here that needed to be answered. Alright. The only way to get in the beta is to pre-order the $40 version that includes the beta. Ramon. Remember that the beta only lasts for 10 more days. So the beta will be over soon. And there won't be another beta. Well, that and nothing is saved. The beta, it's not, I mean, it's a true beta. It's not a early access. So, I mean, it's very limited as far as what is actually in the game, and there's nothing that will be saved. So, like, these rocks that we're farming right now, if I get a perfect one that's all 200s, it will be evaporating. Sadly. It will be evaporating. As soon as the beta is over. Boo. Looks like too tough to take down a mage now with my little spin move. That's wave 17. I guess that's not too bad. A few points in the right place would make all the difference there. Not killing the kobolds either. Wow. I guess in the rock's case, disintegrated might be a better choice of word, huh? Be kind of tough for a rock to evaporate. It will disintegrate into rockless nothing. Well, I mean, I can't say that yet. I haven't seen the whole game. I mean, there's no reason to think that I personally wouldn't want to play this over DD2, to be honest. Once it comes out. I've run the course in DD2, you know. A brand new game with brand new shinies that's still action tower defense and is still a Dungeon Defenders game. That's what I need. I mean, I'll still be playing DD2. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to abandon an account with 10,000 hours into it. But I'll be playing a whole lot more DDA than DD2. There's no doubt about that. Come on, Mr. Ogre. Throw your boogies. Now get up on in these traps over here and get all exploded on. But yeah, I mean, it's just too soon. Too soon to tell whether I'm going to like this game more than DD2. I mean, I love DD2, you know? No, DDA is a brand new game. It's got features from DD1 and features from DD2. But it's a brand new game all to itself. Definitely getting a little freezy now. I'm wondering, I hope I don't crash here. That would stink. But it definitely feels like it's getting a little freezy. Little bit freezy. But the story, I mean, we don't know the final direction that the story took or will take, but from what we've been told, the heroes from DD2, now obviously just the original 4 for launch, will go through a rift and it will take them back in time to face a new evil, or an evil went back in time to actually try to stop Grandma, the Grandmaster, from teaching the heroes about ancient power. And we're going back to fight that battle, basically. They're just two entirely separate types of towers, Marcel. I mean, the harpoons, in my opinion, are way better than magic missiles, but they also cost twice as much. But it's different. Harpoons pierce through the entire pack, so every enemy in the line is getting hit by them. Magic missiles are single target, so only one mob is affected. I really like Diablo games. I like survival games, even though I haven't played one in a long time. Well, I played some 7 Days to Die recently. But like games like The Long Dark, 7 Days to Die. I'm going to be playing that Raft game again here soon, because I know that they just started putting their story in. And that game's in early access still. But I guess Chapter 1 of the story of Raft is in now. Well, just because we don't test it doesn't mean it's not being tested. Vind. They've got an internal testing team. They've got full-time employees there that do testing. So, I mean, many games launch without any sort of public testing, you know. And you guys got to remember, too, it's not a busted version of Unreal 3. This is a full game made from the ground up in Unreal 4. So all those broken things that we're used to in Unreal 3 and DD2 that would have made it through, those things won't exist. Well, I mean, in theory, they won't exist. Yeah, the Flame Burst Tower is way better than Magic Missiles, Marcel. In the beta right now it is, but there's still, I'm sure there will be balance passes. As it stands right now, the Magic Missile is better than, or the Flame Burst is better than the Magic Missile. It does more damage and it hits the entire pack, so I'll use Flame Burst over Magic Missiles all day in the beta. Magic Missiles are not very good in the beta, to be completely fair. It seems like they're just not putting out much. Like I said, Vin, you just can't even compare that. You need to get DD2's bugginess. Don't expect DD2's bugginess in DDA. It's just not, it's not fair, really, in any way. I mean, it's a completely different game on a completely different game engine. The thing that DD2 suffered is multiple folds over. It's not just that it's on an outdated game engine that's no longer supported. It's also that there was a bazillion different engineers that worked on it and all had their hand in there. So, what's the saying about the too many cooks in the kitchen? That's DD2. There's been way too many cooks in the kitchen. So, I mean, I don't even know how many. There's been literally, I want to say probably 20 different engineers over the course of DD2. Maybe not that many. Maybe I'm exaggerating. But there's been a lot. There's been a lot of hands in the pot, you know? DDA won't have any of that. It's the same people doing the whole thing. You know, shy of the entire studio up and walking out right now and them having to hire new people, which I can't really see happening. Shy of that, it's the entirety of the game is being made by the same group of people. I mean, when DD1 was or DD2 was launched, the creative director, the reason it was launched when it was, now this is not confirmed info, of course, this is just me assuming, but immediately after DD2 launched, the creative director left for a better paying job at Blizzard. So, I mean, it just makes you wonder where his mind was at the last several months of development in Dungeon Defenders 2. Yeah, cross saves have already been confirmed. Marcel, so that will be a thing. But you also have to remember that the creative decisions in DD2 were also being made by an investment company, and they were not being made by the people who actually were creating the game. So you've got this dream of what this artist wants to see, and you've got somebody else who's actually paying the bills saying, nah, we want you to do it this way. That's not a thing in DDA either. They're putting together their own dream. You know, it's 100% in their hands to make it a great thing. And if it's not a great thing, they will no doubt hear about it from us. You know? Well, I mean, it's not just even at launch, Lawson. DD2, I mean, there's jokes from the long-term players about DD2 being spaghetti code. Every single update introduces new features and it introduces new bugs. It's just there's layers upon layers upon layers of bugs, you know? And that's something that just cannot be repaired without completely rebuilding the game. And DD2 is past its prime in that regard. So there won't be any rebuilding of DD2. You know, I mean, let's all be realistic. Now, if it happened, I certainly wouldn't complain about it. But I don't think that's realistic by any means. But I mean, as it stands right now from DD2, from what they've told us, we weren't even supposed to be getting those Prime Incursion updates. So all that is above what they've promised us. You know, I mean, they straight up said, is an interview right here on my channel. They straight up said, the creative director at the time, straightforward said, DD2 will be more in maintenance mode. It will still get updates, but it won't be getting new content and will likely only get new cosmetics. That was direct from the creative director's mouth, you know? I don't think there will be mods in DDA, Xander. I don't think there will be an open mode like there was in DD1. I don't think that mode will exist at all. Now, I don't know, but I don't think it will. Now, I mean, the modding of the gear was obviously, it ruined the experience for many on console and PC for that matter. But I do think modding as far as community created maps and stuff like that is a good thing. I would love to see that, but I don't see a way of doing one without the other. If the community has the ability to create custom maps for DDA, then they're going to have the ability to break things, basically. So sadly, that large player base of people that used all that modded gear that ruined that experience for so many in DD1 have actually hurt the entire future of the Dungeon Defenders franchise in that regard, really. I just can't see Chromatic ever wanting to do mod support again. I mean, I hope they do in the aspect of the maps, but I just don't think it's realistic at all. Well, it's only 10 more days there, Godzilla. You should check it out. No, there's no auction house. There's never been an auction house in a Dungeon Defenders game. I think it would be awesome, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think we're going to have regular DD1 style trading. You'll probably be able to set up a shop, and you'll probably be able to trade directly, like DD1. DD2 doesn't have an auction house. DD2 has got a lame version of DD1 player shops, is what DD2 has. They were trying to inspire the same feeling, but player markets in DD2 are a complete joke. I mean, yes, occasionally you can find a good deal or find the item you're looking for, but 99% of the time you're not going to find anything you're even remotely interested in. I mean, I was a WoW player for many years. There is nothing that would be better than a straight-up WoW-style auction house. That would be absolutely incredible. But that's just not realistic. I don't think so. Oh, it was like that in DD1 markets to begin with? Fair enough. I don't know, Godzilla. I think that was a good thing in DD2. I'd love to see more of that. Crossovers with other games. I mean, the Terraria crossover with DD2 was a brilliant thing, you know, for both the health of the game and just the coolness that it brought to the game. I'm hoping that's a thing too, Tim, dropping stuff on the floor. I really do. Six more waves. Terraria crossover. I know a lot of people that the Terraria crossover got them into. 18%. Oh, Tim, you got a ways to go, man. You'll get it though, dude. You'll get it. The problem with that, what is it called? The game mode? Controlled momentum control. The problem with momentum control is, yeah, I mean, you're popping off all those one-shots, but so is everybody else. Or momentum, yeah, momentum control. Yeah, you're popping off all that, but everyone else is too, so, I mean, you're gonna die 2 to 3 times more than normal. You know? It is super fun, though. I enjoyed it. The one-shot kills. I mean, I've been using a lot of one-shot kill weapons, so that is definitely super fun. Well, yeah, I mean, you're killing more, but you're also dying more. I mean, that 1.5 to 3 is the same thing you do in a regular just queuing up, right? Especially with, well, Iron Banner's gone now. It's Tuesday. Twinkie! What's going on, Twinkie? I didn't play. That's 2 Iron Banners in a row now I didn't play. I feel like a big fail in the PvP department. This time it was Diablo 3. Well, I mean, it was the DDA beta. You guys know I've logged an absurd amount of hours in this beta. So the beta is a big part of it, but then it was also Diablo 3. So when I wasn't playing the beta, I was playing D3. I need to switch to another hero to upgrade that, huh? There we go. It's not at launch. At launch, it's just going to be the original 4 heroes. We don't know if it'll come later or not. Yet to be announced what heroes will make it in. There was a new hero teased back during the Kickstarter, but it never made that tier. But I mean, I would assume a lot of the heroes will be making returns. I don't see why they wouldn't, you know? They might, Vin. Well, I mean, we don't know that the pets are broken, so you can't say fix the pets, because it may be intended this way, you know? Because there's no negative stats now. So you might... Crap pets may end up making it into the game. That may be a designed feature. Maybe they won't be on the higher difficulties or something. I mean, you gotta remember that too. We're missing the 2 top difficulties. So, I mean, you can't even say that's a bug. The one that was teased, they said it was called the Rift Walker. I think that's the name of it, a Rift Walker. Come on in a little deeper there, Mr. Ogre. A little bit further. Oh, and I got wrecked. That's alright, I just upped that spike trap. That should put some big old dents in them. I'm sure eventually they will. But it's just a matter of when and in what order, you know? I mean, there's a whole slew of heroes that never got launched for DD2 that were originally designed when it was supposed to be a MOBA way back when. DD2 was originally going to be a MOBA. I don't know if a lot of y'all don't realize that. And then after they had gotten a little bit of the way into development, they canceled that whole idea and went back to the tower defense instead, which I'm super glad that they did. Oh. But yeah, there was a bunch of heroes for it. There was a Spider Queen, the Man and Machine we already know about. It's posted on the board in DD2 as a missing hero. The Man and Machine was a pretty cool concept too. A little dwarf dude with a big old tank he rolled around in. Well, you gotta remember when that started design, that was back in the MOBA craze where League of Legends was like top dog of all games, you know? So all of a sudden all these MOBAs were popping out. Orcs Must Die Unchained, DD2. I mean, there was just lots of... It was a big MOBA craze, you know? Well, this beta will be over soon. It will launch. It's not going to launch on Xbox in February. Well, I mean, it may. We don't know what the delay is, but it's going to launch on PC and Switch first, and then on Xbox and PlayStation shortly after. Now, we don't know what shortly after means yet, though. They haven't clarified that in any way. You know, is it a week? Is it 2 weeks? Is it a month? Is it a year? You know, I mean, obviously it's not a year. But, you know, we don't know how long shortly after means. Could be short. Could be long. Happy doodles. I hope it's not too long. I pre-ordered it on all 4 platforms. I wants to play it everywhere. Even the little gobos are getting a little tougher here now. Got it on PS4 because you're not sure about the performance on Switch. That's fair. I mean, theoretically, it should. You would think it would run worse on the Switch than anywhere else, right? But, I mean, in the same note, they're trying to do what they can to make it the best it can be on the Switch. But, I mean, the Switch has the least amount of processing power between all the platforms. I mean, that's a good sign, I guess. If they can get it to run smooth on the Switch, then on the other consoles and platforms, there should be no issue at all, right? We're just gonna have to see how it all ends off. Yeah, only 10 more days, and the beta is done. Sadly. I don't want it to be over. I was really hoping that there was going to be a longer running beta. But I mean, they're very clear about it. This isn't an early access. This is a beta. You know? So there will be lots of changes between now and launch. There's a lot of work in progress stuff going on the beta. A long list of this stuff, really. There's a bunch of those challenges in DD1. We know we're going to get challenges. They're already listed, actually, on the UI when you go to start a match. So we know challenge modes will come. Nah, they haven't promised Kickstarters early access to the game, Looney, so I can't imagine they would. They promised earlier access to the beta, and we got it. Kickstarter backers got 2 days earlier access to the beta than the folks after the Kickstarter. But they have never promised that Kickstarter people would get the game first at launch. So I really don't think they will. I mean, you never know, but I don't think they will. Not cross-play, cross-saves. Cross-play, they said they want to get in, but it won't be there at launch. Cross-saves will, though, meaning if you play on multiple platforms and you want to play on, say, like for me, starting off, it's going to be the PC and the Switch. Well, if I want to play on PC and Switch, I'll be playing from the same account. So I can turn my PC off, turn my Switch on, and I'll be right on the same account. That will be there right at launch. I'm just more looking for... I mean, I want to see hardcore mode as well, but I'm mainly more interested in just the other difficulties. I mean, we don't have Nightmare or Massacre yet. Hardcore won't be... it will be a simple choice taking that modifier. Like, it depends on how you play the game. Hell yeah, Thaden. Oh, I'll be playing. I got my Switch right over there, ready to go. Poor little thing, getting neglected right now. I have to, like, turn it on once a month just to do updates. Well, I mean, if that's what you have to play on, I don't think anybody then would say it sucks there, Lawson. I mean, why would you? You know, it doesn't matter where you play, as long as you get a chance to play. That's what's important. You know, where you play the game is, you know, to each their own. It's good that they brought the Switch in, though, because it brings more players in. The Nintendo world has never had a Dungeon Defenders game. So anybody that's a Nintendo... that's been a Nintendo-only player for their gaming life, they've never even heard of a Dungeon Defenders game, probably. You know, so it'll bring in a lot, it'll bring in, you know, a lot more people. Well, it depends on what's done with it, Looney. I mean, it could be very, very basic, or it could be something super fun, you know? Well, that's because the other platforms don't have a API that's friendly enough for it. YouTube's API is awful in that regard. But I mean, the Twitch integration may end up just being an overlay that shows people my stats or whatever if you click on it. It may not be a huge deal. But hopefully they can do Warframe style Twitch integration, where like Warframe does the Twitch drops and everything real regularly. Vermintide 2, I've never really seen their integration. I've got Vermintide 2, I should give that a playthrough at some point. So many games in my Steam library that have never been played because of DD2. It's the sad part of being addicted to one game and only playing it. You miss out on so much other stuff. I don't think they're going to make it like that, being a tower defense game. Being a tower defense game with maps that can take as long as 3 hours, I'm pretty confident they won't make it like that, in fact. I mean, every streamer would just turn it off. You know? I mean, why would you enable a game mode that's going to allow you to lose something after you've spent 3 hours doing it? That's just doesn't sound very enjoyable, to be honest. But, I mean, we'll have to see what other features. A replay from Wave, they've talked about being in there, and then skipping forward in survival, like in DD1, they've talked about being in there. We'll just have to see what makes it, you know? I like Warframe style Twitch integration because it gives viewers a reason to watch you. They get stuff. There's nothing better than getting stuff, you know? With the Twitch drop system that Warframe uses is just awesome, in my opinion. I really, really like it. I would love for people to be able to come watch my stream and get stuff. I mean, that would be just kick-ass. These mages do their little backpedal thing really quickly. Dark Elves getting a little healthy too. But the problem with an integration system like that is just that, what I said, but also look at Borderlands 3. With those badass mobs that viewers could summon in Borderlands 3. Well, if you were doing like some kind of a challenge, like this is from experience, this directly happened to me. I was playing a difficulty way higher than what I was geared for. And viewers summoned in a badass that I just could not kill, and it completely ruined the entire match for me. You know, so it takes away some of that. You know, you won't be able to do some kind of challenge like that and leave that Twitch integration on if they make it so that viewers can wreck your face in instantly. You know? Jeez, man, the knockback is crazy. I think that should be dialed back a little, personally. The knockback from some of the mobs is just absurd. You know, I understand the kobolds are blowing up or whatever, but if an orc punches you and sends you all the way across the map... Well, I mean, any reason you have to turn it off is a reason that they shouldn't add that type of integration. If there's any reason at all that the streamer would be encouraged to turn off the Twitch integration, then, in my mind, it's something that shouldn't be there to begin with. It's not a smart business decision. You want your stuff being used, right? So don't give people a reason to turn it off, you know? But I don't know. I mean, we'll see what they put together. I'm just really hoping they do the drops thing. The Twitch drops is my... I don't really care what else they do as long as they do that. I just think that will be the greatest benefit for me personally as a streamer, you know? Well, yeah, that's not something you would want in a tower defense game. Exactly what you just said. It would ruin the streamer's experience. So, I mean, in my mind, that's a poor system that they have implemented. Because it's... the streamer has a reason to turn it off. You know? Jeez, man. God, I hope it doesn't crash at this point. We've come so far in. It's definitely... it keeps... the game keeps, like, catching. Just freezing up for a second. Seems like when I'm getting up in there, too. Maybe I should stop doing that. I don't want to sit here and play Wall Repair Boy all day. I want to go chop some stuff. Well, I mean, I haven't really had any crashes. I've crashed maybe 2 or 3 times the entire beta. So, it just, something, those little freezes every now and then weren't happening before the last update hit. That Wave 25 pet update seems to have implemented something a little wonky. Just give us our pet, dang it. Can't remember what level I was when I started here, but I don't even think I've gotten a full level out of this run. Yeah, these kobolds aren't making it to the wall anyway. What was I worried about? Doesn't seem like as many shinies. Did somebody leave us? See, there's Quint. Is it just us two now? Or no? There's Miracle Star. Did we lose our 4th? It's hard to see. Yeah, there's only 3 of us now. That explains the lack of loot. It's like, man, we're wave 23. The ground should be covered with legendaries by now. But it's not. Dark elves. Man, they are some healthy ones now. Yeah, that knockback, man, is just over the top. Started at level 50? Oh, when I started this map, I was at level 50? Oh, okay. So 3 levels. That's pretty good. I didn't think I was that high, but... Or I thought I was higher than that, but I guess not. Dang, man. A rough crowd here. Oof, I'm just gonna stand over here. Let my defenses do the work here. They are just mauling me. Getting beat down. Got a lot of up arrows laying around, but on this character I don't have the best gear, so it might be a little elusive. Or not a little elusive, it might be making me think I've got better stuff laying than what is actually here. Yeah, all that stuff's pretty low. I just got a thrown together set of gear on this guy. 807 piece, I didn't see the stats on it, but 807's not terrible. We getting it here. See if this flame bursts are taking care of business over here. Yeah, these are all jacked. Very nice. Here's another up arrow. Yeah, pretty decent stats on that. It's missing defense power, though, which is kind of a deal breaker. How's it for a DPS piece? It's not great there either. It's a decent item. Wrong stats. Alright, wave 24. Well, here comes our pet. Let's see the pet. 1,539 mobs away. Man, such a bummer. I'm gonna pick it up so it quit teases me. I keep seeing that green arrow thinking there's something good there. These are the money waves, though. Any loot, any good loot, it should be dropping in 24 and 25. Same thing there, missing defense power. Very nice. Need me some more coffee. Don't kill me. Let me drink some coffee. Oh man, they're gonna kill me anyway, aren't they? Wow, that was close. Got that long gap. I think the CDT changed some of that in DD1. I'm not positive, but for some reason I think that they made it so those gaps were gone in between the waves, or in between the groups of mobs coming out in a wave. Mobs are hitting a little harder now, are they? That ogre's gonna be all on that wall. It's alright. Turn around that way, Mr. Ogre. You're bunching up pretty good. I'm anxious to see what I'm anxious to see what the bonus maps are. I think we can probably assume that Glitterhelm is one of them, as Alandrian actually told us back many months ago that Glitterhelm would be in the game. So I think we can safely say Glitterhelm will probably be one of the maps. What will the other two be, I wonder? So slow to kill them now. They're getting a little healthy. They are a little healthy for sure. Very curious when that... Oh, and now it's not there. How weird. The Discord notification... It was showing I was live earlier, and now it's not saying I am live. I'll just manually put it in there. Oh yeah, I played the in-game music for the first week, and then I went with my own music after that, Brian. I mean, if you guys want to hear some of the in-game music, I can turn it on. Oh, man. Decent stats on the wrong places. If you just go to my channel and then scroll down there, Wiggle King, it'll be right there. Yeah, but it does, you just see I got the music completely muted. That's one thing that I think most people would agree in. Afshin, the guy that does the music for Dungeon Defenders, he's been there since DD1. He's done all the music. As far as I'm aware, he's done all the music. He does a great job. Dungeon Defenders music in all of the games has been really, really awesome. Slash and burn. Wish I could find a decent one of those. Trying to look at that up arrow sitting there. Get wrecked. Oh, it's not even a very good piece after all that. What can you do? We've actually got a lot of stuff upgraded all the way this time. It's because we started as 4-player, so there was a lot of those lower mobs had, or a lot of those lower waves had more mobs. Not in the beta, Thousand Daggers. There will be 2 difficulties above this one. There will be Nightmare and Massacre. Massacre mode will be the mode above Nightmare, of course. And those aren't in the beta. In the beta, it only goes up to Insane. Nah, it will just be 2 abilities like DD1, Brian, but there are some that are different. The Huntress has one that's completely different. The Huntress's invisibility from DD1 is gone. And she's got an ability called Adrenaline Rush, which makes her shoot faster, reload faster. Plus gives her a ridiculous jump height. Man, I'm just getting owned by everything now. The lack of quality gear on this guy is shining through. Need this ogre to take a step up. Take a step forward onto the traps. There we go. It's a shame that Inferno Trap is not working properly. And that's weird, is here it actually looks like it's resetting now. Maybe it was just something buggy with having the multiples out there. Or no, it's still not resetting. It's the one up front. To see if it resets by the end. I don't think it will. The explosive trap's working properly. The gas trap's working properly. The spike trap's working properly. But the Inferno is definitely not. Did I just sell that? Oh, that wall just disappeared. That is so weird. I mean, I don't think we need it. There's only 400 mobs left, but... So strange, it just completely disappeared. Seen that happen on a bunch of other maps too, with random defenses, auras just randomly disappearing. Yeah, this is PC, Brian. That's the only place that the beta is at right now, is on PC. Right now, it's just the original 4 heroes, 1,000 daggers. There won't be any new heroes until after launch. When the game launches, it'll launch just like all the other DD games, where it's just the OG 4. Well, I'm getting pretty decked out now, Cole. So it's definitely a big difference. I don't see any more up arrows. There's one. What do we got here? 765. Look at that. 26 power. Range and rate. It's leather. It seems like a pretty decent item. I better keep it. At launch it was level 70, Brian. But it's level 100 now after all the DLC. But yeah, originally at level 70 it was, or at launch DD1 was level 70. These guys get their stuff looted. Yep, looks like it. Alright, y'all. That is actually going to get it for today. The maps take so long to run. Can only fit one in a 2 hour and 15-minute stream. But the day is not done. I'm going to take a little short dinner break. Going to get me a sandwich real quick. And then going to head off to the Twitches for another survival run over on Twitch tonight. The tavern's not complete, so nothing's in it yet. The tavern keeper's not here. The secret room isn't here. Assuming they put it in the same place, which, you know, it ain't there. No upstairs, no basement. So the tavern is pretty blank right now. Where's my basement? But all that will come later. But this is the tavern right now. This is what we got. But yeah, anyway, y'all, that is going to get it for today. Keep an eye out in the morning. I'll be publishing a video in the morning of another defense comparison. I'm not sure which one I'm going to do yet. We will have to see. But anyway, I'll be live on Twitch actually pretty soon, because I'm just going to make a sandwich real quick and eat it. So it'll be like within 30 minutes. And I will be live over on the Twitches. So thank you all an absolute ton for swinging by. I do appreciate you all very, very much. And, you know, obviously it's a limited beta, so I'm spending a lot of time in the beta. But I am anxious to play some other stuff and get some videos made and out to you all. So that'll be coming soon enough for sure. But thanks again, y'all. Have a good one, and I will see you next time. Take it easy.